Welcome to Naveen's Hub. We are so happy to have you here with us. If you are a salaried individual, then your employer will be asking for your investment declaration for the financial year 2023-2024. The employer of every salaried individual would be asking which income tax regime will you opt for, the new regime or the old regime. Your income tax outgo from the employer's end will be decided based on this important decision that you need to make now. The old tax regime refers to the income tax system that was in place in India prior to the introduction of the new tax regime in 2020. Under the old tax regime, taxpayers were allowed to claim various deductions and exemptions on their taxable income, which reduced their overall tax liability. However, old tax regime also made the tax system quite complex, and taxpayers often struggled to understand which deductions applied to them and how to claim them. The new tax regime, on the other hand, simplifies the tax system by eliminating most deductions and exemptions and introducing lower tax rates for different income slabs. The new tax system aims to make the tax calculation process simpler and more transparent for taxpayers. First, let's look at the tax slabs. Let us look at the table. Up to 15 lakhs, new tax regime can be the choice, but beyond 15 lakhs, tax slab is 30% irrespective of any income range. Second, taxpayers earning up to 7.5 lakh will not have to pay any tax after considering the standard deduction of 50,000 under new tax regime. Third, new tax regime makes sense for people with very high income levels, above 2 crore, because the government has capped the surge charge at 25% from 37%. Fourth, new regime is good if an individual perspective wishes to avoid the hassle of maintaining records, etc. Fifth, in new tax regime, marginal relief to resident individuals whose net taxable income exceeds 7 lakhs slightly. Then for those individuals incremental income tax liability is higher than incremental income above 7 lakhs. Example, if an individual income is 7.10 lakhs, then the tax liability on the same is 26,000. Here income of an individual is only higher by 10,000 but paying huge liability. Here the marginal relief available as per the budget would be as 16,000. That is incremental income tax minus incremental income. Hence your next tax liability will be only 10,000. Sixth, most commonly available tax exemptions such as house rent allowance, ADC benefits such as insurance, home loan etc. which cover up to 2 lakhs, unfortunately not available in new tax regime. Finally, if you forgot to declare the tax regime for the current financial year, then on default, new tax regime will be opted and tax will be computed accordingly. Tax regime selection depends on individuals' requirements, hence do your own math and rightly declare the tax regime accordingly. Thank you so much for joining us today. I can't wait to see you in the comments and in our next video. Until then, take care, and stay tuned for more great content on our channel.